And this program's a juggling show about not being a bully. And it's kind of an unusual concept, and if there was no tolerance, there would be no juggling show about not being a bully. I mean, because people would hear the idea, a juggling show that has to do with not being a bully, and then they think, that doesn't make sense. What does juggling have to do with that? We're not going to do it. It's a stupid idea. But some schools are tolerant, and they say it's an unusual idea. I wonder what it's about. Why don't we investigate it? And because your school's been tolerant of something unusual, you have a juggling show about tolerance and not being a bully. Now, if there was no tolerance, see, we would not have respect. Respect is so important. And without respect, some people could say all juggling should look just like this, and nothing else will be tolerated. And life would get so boring. But fortunately, we live in a respectful society. So sometimes you see juggling kind of low like this. Sometimes it's a little bit higher like that. Sometimes it's over like this. Sometimes you see it like that. I've actually also seen it like this. And it can go back there or over here or off there. See, because there's respect, there's the possibility for all kinds of different ways to move. And people are like this too. There's some people who like go through life and they look at everything so carefully. And they go, yeah. And then there's other people that are like, when I get home from school, I just like to chill. I don't do my homework at first, yeah. And then there's other people who are like, when I get home from school, first thing I like to do is my homework. And then there's other people who are like, it depends. Sometimes I like to do it right away, sometimes not. I like to mix it up. And this does not mean that one kind of person is better than another. It means that there's many different types of people. And because there's many different types of people, there's many different ways to be a good person. There really are, and there are so many ways to be a good person. Many people start to get a little bit confused in a respectful society because there's so many choices. And this juggle is called confusing. And it is confusing. But it doesn't have to be. See, when we live in a respectful society, it's a good idea to do something your teachers have been talking about for hundreds of years. Did you even know your teachers are that old? Looking at them, you would never guess. But for hundreds of years, they've been saying this. Use your head. So this is what my teacher was talking about. Of course, your teacher might not say use your head. Sometimes teachers put it like this, they say concentrate. Sometimes they put it like this, they say focus. Sometimes they put it like this, shut your mouth. One of my very favorite teachers used to put it like this, she'd say, put your brain in gear. It's like, oh, teacher, I got it going on. I have ideas coming from everywhere, and I like it. Yeah. Now see, once we start using our head, what every teacher knows is that we're going to see things a little differently. And one of the things that we will see, is things that should not be. We'll see things that should not be happening. Things that are painful. And in the most fun way I know, I've started to talk about bullying. Bullying happens in almost every school around the United States. It really does, and it happens in lots of different ways. One of the ways bullying happens, it's very forceful. People like hit other people. It's like, hey, how you doing? Meet Mr. Elbow. Or Mr. Knee. Say hello to Miss Foot. Or, the Fist of Fury. And sometimes people do mean things. They're like, oh, are those your books? Oh, sorry. Here's another way that bullying happens, is people say nasty stuff. They say this, they say, stupid. Or they say, ugly. Or they say, you smell. And unfortunately, people say far worse things than this. They really do. They say some nasty things. The second part, see, the first part of tolerance is being respectful. A second part is responding when you see unfair situations. So you speak up. You say, stop it! Don't call me that! You speak up for yourself. Or you speak up for someone else. You say, leave them alone. Or you say, everybody smells. If you don't pass gas a few times every day, you're not healthy. Passing gas is essential. And it doesn't smell bad, it smells different. Well, okay, sometimes it smells bad. Okay, but you speak up. Now, sometimes if you speak up, you might put your life in jeopardy. You might be vulnerable to be getting beat up. So then you need to speak up to a responsible adult. Usually a teacher, if you're at school, you say, this is happening. It keeps happening every day. Come right now. He's doing it now. So you speak up to a responsible adult. You have to respond. Now here's another way that bullying happens. Like everybody who's been to this school their whole life, they're over here. But new people, we don't really hang out with new people. Or everybody who's getting really good grades, they're over here. But people who aren't getting good grades, we don't really spend time with. They're not smart. Or everybody who's really good at sports, yeah, we're over here. But klutzy people, no. They don't belong. What I'm talking about is responding and reaching up to make sure everybody gets included. We respond in this way. This is how things are meant to be. Yeah, that's kind of the river of life. And when you respond, it's a great thing. You know what you become if you're a person who responds? A leader. A leader. And when you are a leader, other people will follow. They will. People always follow the leader. It's just a way of life. And one of the great things about this is the people who have been following become the new leaders. Yes, they do. And in this way, you can go and break through the barriers